Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we're going to make cherry pie cookies. These cookies are absolutely fabulous and are fun to make. So join me as we make cherry pie cookies. So what I have here is 2 packages of pie crust from my grocer's refrigerator section. You can make your own pie crust. This is actually just a really simple recipe, and so I'm using the store-bought stuff. So what I've done is I've just taken it out of the package, and we're just going to roll it real quick. Mine cracked a little bit, so we're just going to work it back together here. Get any of your cracks back together. Put a little flour down. I'm just going to roll it a little bit. And the very first thing, we're going to make our little lattice strips for the top of the cookies. So this is the biscuit cutter I have. So this is going to depend on how big or small your biscuit cutter is. But since our biscuit cutter is about this size, we need little strips about that size. So I'm just going to start cutting them. And you don't want them too huge because you want them to be like strips on your little cookies. And as they get long, you'll probably just cut them in half. So our strips are all cut, and I just put a little towel over them to make sure they don't dry out. Now we're going to cut out our little bases here. We're going to use our biscuit cutter, and I'm just going to roll this really quick. I have another pie shell here. You can just get the stuff that's flat, that's not cut out as a pie. That probably would be better. And we're just going to cut our little bases here, and I'm going to put them on a plate. And we're just going to keep cutting. This is a second pie crust. I have a little extra dough from the scrap, so I'm going to see if I can get a couple more of our little cookies out of it. Might as well, so it doesn't go to waste. So I have a can of cherry pie filling. I'm going to whirl it really fast, just pulse it in my food processor. This is just because I want to break up some of those cherries a little bit because they're a little big. My cookies are a little small. You don't want to really overdo this because you're just going to have cherry soup. So we're just going to pulse, pulse, pulse a few times to break those cherries up. Give it one. Yeah. And we're going to put this, this is going to give my fingers a little time here. What do I do with that? You didn't see that. So we're just going to put this back in the bowl. It's perfect. You don't want to whirl it too much, otherwise it's not going to be good. You just kind of want to pulse it a couple times just to break down those big chunks. So now let's assemble our cookies. And we're going to take our little rounds here, and we're going to put them out on This is a parchment lined sheet pan. And let me put these together a little closer. And when I say this recipe is easy, it's easy. We're just going to take some of our pie filling, scoop it on here. Be a little generous, but not too generous because you don't want to overdo it. Okay, so to see how this is going to come together, we're going to take our strips. So we put some of our strips across like this. I'm going to pull back a couple. And we're going to do our weave. I'm going to put this back there. Move that down a little. We're going to pull back the other two, just like you're doing a weave on a pie. Put that back. Because it's a cherry pie cookie, right? I'm going to put that there. And we're going to put that back. A little messy. And I'm just going to cut these. My little things are a little big, so I'm just going to cut them so that they're the same size as the cookie. And you could fork these on the edge if you want to. You can maybe fork them here, just a little bit to seal them. How I'm going to finish them is I have a little egg here, just going to do a quick egg wash so it'll brown up. And a couple of these I'm going to maybe put a little turbinado sugar on here. That's basically sugar in the raw. You don't have to do that. It's just going to give it a little crunch. At least I think it will. Cute! So I'm going to go ahead and finish these and then we're going to bake them. So our cherry pie cookies are all done and we're ready to go into the oven. We got 18 out of there. It really will depend on how big your biscuit cutter is. So we're going to put these in the oven at 350 for about 20-25 minutes. We're going to start checking them in maybe 15 minutes and cook them until they're done. So I took our first pan out and now we have our second pan out and they are browned up nicely and they are so cute. So we're going to go ahead and take them off here and we're going to put them on this rack. And we'll get these babies off of here. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. These aren't overly sweet because my pie crust isn't too sweet. It depends on how sweet your pie crust is. If you make homemade pie crust, you can adjust that to your own liking. So you can use your own favorite pie crust. And we're going to let these cool a little bit and then we're going to take a taste. So now it's time to take a taste. They are so cute. If you have these at a party or a potluck, people just go crazy over them because they are so absolutely adorable. And they taste adorable. Wow. They're very good. They're not overly sweet. The turbinado gives a little crunch on the top, not too much, but they're really good. Wow. And they're fun. They're absolutely fun and adorable and delicious. Wow. This recipe, variations of it is going around the internet. I just put a little spin on how I cut up the cherries in a food processor. You don't want the cherries too big, otherwise you won't be able to put the lattice on. But they're really good. You'll enjoy them. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below and leave me a like and a comment, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook.
Miss Amy, do you need some help getting us off camera?
Things are gonna get easier.
Dun, 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 dun. Now you see it, now you don't.